Well, again, the chosen one, Barack Hussein Obama, he took his entourage and he flew to the site or the city that had the university that had the most recent shooting in Roseburg, Oregon. Interesting article I just read. I'm going to give you some of the highlights. I'll attach the link. You're not going to have to look for it. It's on World Net Daily, exclusive. Obama greeted by hundreds of pro-gun protesters in Oregon. You'll see a photograph that has signs, gun-free zones, kill. Hundreds of protesters greeted President Obama's motorcade in Roseburg, Oregon, Friday, as a group called, quote, Defend Roseburg, held signs and waved banners while others silently turned their backs as the motorcade rolled by. Obama came to Roseburg, the White House said, to mourn with family members of the 9 victims shot dead by a gunman at Umpqua Community College on October the 1st. You know where Obama should have gone to mourn? With his own kind. He should have gone to Chicago, that broke records during the month of September for the most murders since 2003. He should have gone to Baltimore, where they've had an incredible number of murders during the month of September. He might have considered going to Detroit, or to St. Louis, or to New Orleans to mourn with his own. Now here he is. He's going to Roseburg, Oregon to mourn with 9 families when there's thousands of African women, African American single mothers that are mourning for the loss of their teenage sons or their teenage daughters at the hands of other black men. But that's not where he's going. He's going to politicize, which is what he always does. He said, we're going to have to come together as a nation to deal with this issue. But today is about families. Really? In fact, Obama's Democratic loyalists in the Senate, led by Senator Richard Blumenthal, he's a real piece of crap, have already readied several gun control bills. If those don't pass, the White House said Friday the president is considering taking unilateral action by executive order to create new federal background checks for firearm purchases, ABC News reported. I gotta believe it's gonna go a whole lot further than just new guidelines for purchases. It's gonna go new guidelines for those that already have existing weapons, like what they've done to the military, to the veterans. They pump them full of psychotropic drugs, and then they take away the Second Amendment rights. Many protesters in Roseburg said they were not in the mood to welcome a president who so quickly and callously politicized a tragedy. Some came with their guns to make their point. All were peaceful. Now, what's really amazing again is how he's so quick to jump on any opportunity, except those that involve black-on-black shootings. He simply ignores them. They're not of any significance to him. If he wants to mourn, why wouldn't he mourn with his own kind? A Facebook page had the following message, quote, "The Anointed One, His Majesty King Obama, and the White House have announced the Friday arrival in Roseburg, Oregon, in the wake of the October 1st horrific tragedy at UCC. The Facebook page reads, quote, "Polarizing as usual, Mr. Obama has insisted on polarizing the event as a conduit for increased executive orders on gun control via means of his pen and his phone. This blatant disrespect of the victims' families, the community in the town of Roseburg, Mr. Obama's administration is flying not just the 747, that is Air Force One to Oregon, but 3 helicopter teams of Sikorskys that make up HMX-1, known as Marine One, to travel to Roseburg at the taxpayers' expense. We need a lot of people. Please come show your support to Roseburg, not the little man who has no respect for the Constitution. The statement continued, I can't think of a better way to send a message than what these fine patriots did by protesting against a lawless president who seeks not only to take away the rights to protect themselves, but who also ignores the Constitution and tries to usurp power away from Congress and ultimately the people. Well, actually, he doesn't try to usurp power away. He usurps power away. There is a difference. Quote, Obama is all about the progressive agenda, which he and other radical leftists believe is the solution to all that ails humankind, despite history and common sense testifying otherwise. Quote, this is why he's always ready to politicize a tragedy, and instead of offering prayer and kind words meant to heal, he immediately pushes the agenda, which is exactly what he did with this shooting. Americans are clearly growing tired of it. And, by the way, of him. And the destruction that he's causing, not only for America, but pretty much the entire world. Open your eyes. Look around. Ask yourself, do we have a president? Have we ever had a president? Not for a very, very long time. That's sort of what I think. Read the article. There's also a little video clip that you might want to watch embedded in the article. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.